we install server operating system, the pre-installation process and then the post-installation process. Basically, that is what we're going to discuss today. Now, anytime we talk about server operating system, we're talking about an OS that allows the server machine to function. And there are various categories that we need to discuss when we're installing a server OS. And these categories look about the server, Windows Server itself, which is mostly developed by Microsoft. And mostly the latest version is 2022, but we are focusing on 2019 as the version wanted to download. Now, when we take the features of this operating system, it has an Active Directory features. It also has a Microsoft SQL features, and it has the graphical unit interface features. In terms of the installation steps, first of all, we should obtain the installation media. That is what I've asked you to do, to download the kit and then deploy the kit on the desktop of your laptop. You can download it and then deploy it on the desktop, but the installation can be done through virtually or physically. So after obtaining the installation media, let's assume you have the media on maybe either a DVD or a USB. You need to do your initial installation by going to the system installation media to change the settings to USB boot format, so that you can start installation directly from there. So the first installation is where you can click after deploying the various OS. You can click on the installation now. It will send you to the installation version. You select the edition of the installation. You agree on the license. You need to accept the license. That is normal Windows installation processes. Then you also check the location that you are doing the installation. Then you look at the upgrade of the installation. So that is the pre-installation process of the server installation. Now when we talk about the post-installation, that is when you are going to do your setup. You are supposed to enter your administrative password. Then you do your system update. Depending on what exactly the update you wanted to do, you can run the latest patches. But anytime you want to do the system update, you should connect to the internet. You're going to download those patches directly from the internet. Then you also do your security settings to that effect. Then after that, you check your network configuration by verifying and configuring the network settings in terms of applying your various IP addresses, either static or dynamic. Then you set up your domain name service in terms of host name resolution into the corresponding IP addresses. Then when you are done, you look at the role and features of the installation. With the role and features, you are going to focus on three main parameters. You're going to look at the Active Directory portion, the DNS, which is the domain name service, and then the dynamic host configuration protocol, which is the DHCP. Now, when you check you can also configure the remote management, where you can enable remote settings on your server, so that if you are not living at the office, you can log in remotely and do exactly what you wanted to do. You also do some monitoring. After various installation, you need to monitor the install monitoring tool to track the server performance. And then you need to schedule regular maintenance also to make sure that your system is in a right direction. Now, so after the various post-installation processes, you can look at the various troubleshooting methods, the various troubleshooting commons that you can encounter during the installation. First of all, you need to verify the installation media. The kit that you've downloaded, you need to verify whether the integrity aspect of the kit is secured. You should look at the integrity aspect. Sometimes you are downloading, after downloading and you are installing, you can't complete the installation because what it can be either your memory size of your laptop is minded. You need to look at. That is why it's better to install the OS virtually. You need to also check your hardware compatibility. The OS that you are installing, is it compatible with your hardware, with your laptop, with your OS, with your operating system? It can be another issue. You need to ensure efficient disk space and correct partitioning. It's our advice that during the installation process, you can partition so that you can install that particular OS in a specific drive for the partitioning. Now, the network issues also can be how you configure your network configuration settings. Okay, and then if you wanted to look at your firewall also, it's another issue. Then system failure, maybe you look at your event view or your system logs to see whether there are issues there. Then we look at the server hardware. So basically, that is exactly what you are supposed to do. So when I'll deploy the screenshot of the installation processes for you to see. So when you look at the screenshot installation processes, it will ask you to first of all enter your normal language settings. It's like the normal Windows operating system installation. Your normal language settings, then it will ask you to install the Windows Server 2019. So when you click on the installation, it will make sure that it will start installing the process. That's the 2019 process. Then first of all, it will ask you to also select the operating system. Is it 64-bit or 32-bit? Naturally speaking, all the Windows OS we are using are 64-bit. So you select the 64-bit. Then you accept the license. That is the norm in installing OS. It's a wizard. It's a user interactive. After accepting the license, then you need to check whether you are doing clean installation or update. But what we are doing here, you are doing clean installation, custom installation. So you are installing a new package, not an upgrade. An upgrade means the package is already there, so you are upgrading the version. So you need to install, you are doing custom installation. You are selecting the main custom installation. Then after custom installation, you come to the disk if you want to partition the disk drive. Depending on the disk size of your laptop, you can partition and create a drive for either B or E. Then you install the OS from there. So you can do the installation from there. Then from there, you start the installation process, which is copying of files, getting files ready, installing features, installing updates, and then finishing that. That's the normal processes that is installing the Windows. After the installation, you make sure that you enter your username and password, the system username and password for the server operating system. Then you click on finish, then you are done for the installation. So after the installation, it will show you your desktop as an administrator. You enter the password that you've entered during the installation. Then it will send you to the server management interface, which contains the device specification and then the Windows specification. So you access the server manager, which is the local server section. That will give you some details about the Windows Server 2019 installation. Then from there, I think you are done for the installation. So basically, that is exactly what you are supposed to know under the installation process of Windows Server Operating System 2019. What we are doing is the theory aspect of the installation. Our next meeting, everybody should get his own laptop. And as you have your laptop with your installation kit, they will start installing the OS. Then after the installation process, then we move on with configuring of roles. But next class is the configuration of several rules and features. That is our next class after the installation of the OS and other stuff. Thank you.